Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to calculate the fixed cost table that's going to be similar on your project. So it's very simple. Here we have a table that shows you 3 items: laundry, dishes, and floors. Upon research, so I called a couple companies. I didn't, but let's pretend I did, and I got standard costs, which would be around where these companies would charge for these items. So 3,000 seems to be, the going rate for these companies to do the laundry for these inmates, because remember, this is our mystery spreadsheet where we have all our prisoners. So $3,000 to clean all the laundry for prisoners, $2,800 to do the dishes, and $4,000 to clean the floors. Now here I have inserted 4 companies. Each company, upon contact, have decided to give us discounts. So for example, the Happy Maids cleaning company says they will give us 10% discount on the laundry, 5% on the dishes, and 15% on the floors. So our job is to calculate how much this would account to. So how much is 10% of 3,000? How much is 5% of 3,000, 12 of 3,000, etc., etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this table, select it, and we copy. Once we do that, we could go to a new a new sheet, and let's call this fixed rate estimates. We go to A1, we right click, and we paste. Once we paste, then you're going to see the same information. Now if you ever see these pound signs, it just means that the width of the column is too reduced, so it can't display all the numbers. Simply double click between B and C, and that will adjust it to the exact measurements it needs. Similarly with A and B, similarly with C and D, and there you have it, an identical table as seen on the fixed rate table. Now let's insert a new row, a new column, sum, or let's call it total cost. Now we need to unmerge this and remerge it because we have a new column. So how do we unmerge? We click on it, we select merge and center, and that will unmerge it. Now we select from A1 to E1 and we merge it. Let's add the borders. We select everything and we go here to borders and we say all borders. When we do that, we get all our lines. You should know this by now. So how do we calculate? Let's do a little math here. If we say equal to 3,000, again, we never use any figures in our formulas. Okay, we always use cell reference, so that if tomorrow this 3,000 changes, then I don't have to go around changing all my formulas. My formulas will automatically update based on the value of that cell. B3 times 10%. Press enter, and that tells me that 10% of 3,000 is 300. Very easy. Okay, so what is this saying? It's saying that the Happy Maids cleaning company is going to give us $300 off this 3,000. So they're not gonna charge us 300. No, we're gonna minus this 300 from the standard cost 3,000, which is gonna give us 2,700, and that is how much they're gonna charge. So let's display that here. Okay, so we know the first formula is simply B3 times B4, but that gives us 300, so we have to minus B3. So for example here I would say B3 minus, and in brackets we put this formula to obey BEDMAS. Okay, BEDMAS, because if we didn't, we would be in trouble. Here we go. So that's what Happy Maids would charge us. So let's now do those in here. So instead of the percentages, I want the actual values. How much would Happy Mates Cleaning charge? So let's take a look. We go here into B4 under the fixed rate estimate, and we're going to say equal to the fixed rate. Sorry, we could just use this B3 minus, in brackets, we're going to find what is that percentage of the B3. So we say B3 again times, and we find the percentage. Now the percentage is no longer here, we're replacing that, but we could find that percentage right here. We click on that, we close our bracket before we leave from this screen. We press enter on the keyboard, and that brings us over to this spreadsheet where our value is here. The reason you see this is because this is under percentage. We don't want that. Okay, this is no longer percentage, this is currency. So we're going to say currency. Oh, there you go. How perfect is that? Now, if tomorrow Happy Mates Cleaning calls us and says, you know what, we're being very generous today, we're gonna give you 20% discount. If we go back to our fixed rate estimate, we don't have to change anything. It does it automatically. That's why you never do values, you only do cell references. Okay, so can I simply copy this down? Let's see what happens. Let's see if this actually worked. It did not work. Why? Because instead of calculating it from this 3000, it's calculating it from here, and that's not okay. We don't want that. Okay, so we need to say that this B3 is absolute. Do not move this B3. We need this to always be B3. Similarly here. Now this B4 could change. It has to change because I'll show you in a little bit. The percentage has to switch to the second percentage. So once we press enter, then we copy down, this should be perfectly correct. Take a look at the formula as I move down here. Take a look here. B4, B5, B6, B7. Now let's take a look at that on the fixed rate. B4 is 15%. B5 is 5. So it's good that the B keeps changing. It has to, because these companies have different rates. This 3000, however, remains the same here. See? Take a look at the formula. The B3 never changes, and that's good because this is B3. You complete this section and this section, and you find the sum for the total cost here. Okay? And that is your fixed rate estimate.